Hi, I'm Shelly from Launch Party and Shop School, and this is my Craftcation 2022 recap. Craftcation is an annual conference for crafters, and it's in California, so my first step was flying from Orlando to LAX and then waiting about 4 hours for my friend Janet to arrive. And there she is. I was so happy. So we went and got a rental car and drove from LA to Ventura, which is about an hour and a half. And it's just a beautiful drive because it's down the Pacific Coast Highway. So we drove through Malibu, we stopped and got dinner and ate at a place right on the ocean. And it was just so beautiful. So we were on our way to the Marriott in Ventura, which is where the conference actually takes place. And that's also where we stayed. We got there the night before the start of the conference. So the next morning we headed to this cute place downtown for breakfast. And next we went to downtown Ventura. So it was nice to have the rental car because it made it where we could just go there. It was about a 5 or 10 minute drive. There was a guy with a dog on his back on a bicycle, and that really rocked my world. Okay, we are back at Craftcation at the Marriott and ready to check in for the conference. So here's the lobby at the Marriott, and upstairs was where the check-in process was at for Craftcation. So here I'm getting my badge, and Janet and I were both presenters, so we checked in there. This was one of the central hangout spots because you could go take classes off on the sides. There were some areas right in there that you could take classes. And then there were just vendors and lots of different displays. Just really like a lot to take in. Lots of cool stuff basically everywhere you looked. And this display was probably my favorite. It was from Spoonflower and just had a lot of cool details like the record player and stickers, and it was just really a fun photo op. And Janet and I were just so happy to be there. Everyone talked a lot about how the energy just felt really positive there. And it really did. It was just such a joyful, happy place. So this is the pop-up shop, and there were actually products there that people who were at Craftcation sold, among other things. So that was a really cool shop. So the first class that I took was a business class about analytics. That was great, from Lauren at Maydell. And then we went to a meal. I'm not sure if this is lunch or dinner. I'm guessing dinner. And then walking down Ventura again, which I just really loved being in that downtown area. Okay, day 2, and this was Janet and I's day to actually do our presentations. So here's the tail end of one of Janet's presentations about paying yourself. And then I went to check out the fabric wall. I didn't do any sewing classes while I was there, but they had quite a few really cool looking ones, and I just enjoyed seeing it. And then we made the decision that was kind of a bad call to walk all the way down to the pier before my presentation. So we got a little bit hot, we got a little bit tired, and get ready for my presentation. It's an extremely short little clip that Janet took. There it is, there it was. I taught about Shopify, and it was such a great workshop. So it was specifically for crafters, and there were tons of great questions, and it was fabulous. So afterwards, I did a watercolor workshop from Amy Tangerine to learn brush lettering. It was a lot harder than it looked, but I tried. And that was one of the things that I really enjoyed about Craftcation. It just is like such a great space to try something new, to experiment, and just to learn new things. So that night was karaoke, which was so fun. I cheered everyone on. I did not sing, but I still had a blast watching everybody else. I have It's Raining Men in my head still. And the next day we went to a place downtown to get acai bowls, very Californian of us. Then we went to another watercoloring workshop. I was particularly into painting workshops. And so this next one was from Bridget Watson Payne, and it was a really interesting art technique that we did. And my last night of Craftcation was the trunk show night, and that's where everyone could sell what they make, which was so impressive. And overall, I had such a blast. I definitely want to come back.